Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's equal parts cozy mystery and chilling ancient folklore. Imagine this: a lazy afternoon, the scent of dried tangerines, and a super comfy sofa at Grandma's house. Sounds idyllic, right? Well, for our protagonist, Ken, this peaceful scene took an unexpected turn when he stumbled upon a book that completely changed his perspective on, well, everything. Ken, fresh off his first semester at university, was enjoying the quiet comfort of his Grandma Lynn's home. She is one of those amazing grandmas who balances a tray of hot tea with one hand and a playful jab at your laziness with the other. She tasked him with a chore, tidying up a massive, dusty bookcase. Little did Ken know, this simple task would lead him to a discovery that would send shivers down his spine. Tucked away on the very bottom shelf, hidden behind forgotten photo albums, he found it, a book unlike any other, bound in charcoal cloth, cold to the touch, with brittle, yellowed pages smelling faintly of incense and deep earth. The title, etched in deep red calligraphy, leaped out at him. The 18 Levels of Hell. Immediately, Ken knew this wasn't just some old novel. This felt ancient, secretive, and utterly out of place in his cheerful grandma's sitting room. Curiosity winning over, he carefully opened the book. The script was old, but legible, detailing the structure of the netherworld, ruled by the 10 kings of Yama. This was a meticulous, chilling guide to the purification awaiting the unrighteous dead, organized by the specific sins committed in life. As Ken read, the warm afternoon sun outside seemed to fade, replaced by a growing sense of awe and a little bit of dread. He learned that after death, souls face judgment, while minor wrongdoers get a quick rebirth. Those who committed grievous sins are sent to Diyu, the subterranean prison, and that's where things get really intense. The book didn't just mention hell. It laid out 18 distinct levels, each with its own unique and fitting punishment. Let's delve into some of these. But be warned, it's a fascinating but intense journey into ancient beliefs. First up, Level 1. The Chamber of Binding. This one's for the worst kind of traitors, those who betray family, parents, country, or harbor deep, unforgiving hatred. Your soul is tightly wrapped in iron chains, causing constant, sharp pain, and you're forced to witness the pain of those you hurt. Imagine that, endless guilt. Then there's Level 2, the Chamber of Shearing. This is for thieves and robbers, especially those who prey on the weak or use power to steal livelihoods. Here, your body is repeatedly sliced into thin ribbons by razor-sharp tools. But the catch, as soon as you're cut apart, you become whole again, and the torment restarts oberandober. A truly endless cycle for endless greed. Level 3 brings us to the Chamber of the Blade Tree. If you're someone who loves to stir up trouble, spread rumors, or cause family splits, this is where you might end up. You have to climb a giant tree, but its branches aren't wood. They're razor-sharp blades, inflicting deep cuts with every agonizing move. It really makes you think about the power of your words and actions, doesn't it? Next, Level 4. The Chamber of the Bronze Pillar. This is reserved for sins of lust and infidelity, adulteries, abusers, and those who put selfish desires above family duty are stripped naked and forced to hug a massive, glowing bronze pillar. It's so hot it instantly burns you to ash, only for your body to reform and face the fiery embrace again. A stark reminder of the consequences of betrayal. Level 5, the Chamber of Ice, is for those who are cruel just for the sake of it, inflicting pain on innocent people or animals without reason. You're thrown into a vast, frozen world, a deep, ice-covered lake or a mountain of solid ice, where you feel the extreme, burning pain of constant frostbite and unbearable cold. This one really hits home, reminding us to always choose kindness. Moving on, Level 6 is the Chamber of Dismemberment for torturers and violent abusers. If you enjoyed hurting others, your soul is slowly cut into pieces with saws, knives, and axes. Limbs are removed, only to be reattached, so the process can begin anew. It's a terrifying mirror of the pain they caused. Level 7 introduces the Chamber of the Fiery Chariot, specifically for arsonists. If you intentionally set fires that destroyed homes or took lives, You're tied to a chariot made of pure flame, pulled across a plain of white-hot sand until your soul burns up, only to be instantly restored for another ride. Then, level 8. The Chamber of the Oil Cauldron. This is for slanderers, liars, and those who cheat the law by ruining reputations or spreading hurtful gossip. You're dropped headfirst into huge pots of perpetually boiling oil, deep-fried until you melt away, only to reform and face the cauldron again. This imagery is certainly vivid. Level 9 is the Chamber of the Gazing Mirror, meant for hypocrites and fakes who hid wicked deeds behind a facade of goodness. Here, you're forced to look into the mirror of past karma, seeing every bad thing you ever did through the eyes of the people you hurt, feeling their exact pain. It's a powerful lesson in genuine sincerity. At level 10, we find the Chamber of Milling, for corrupt leaders and greedy officials who use their power to exploit the poor. Your body is placed inside a gigantic turning stone mill and slowly ground into a fine paste, symbolizing how they ground down the common people. Next, level 11. The Chamber of Tongue Ripping. This is reserved for liars and destructive gossips, especially those who lied in court. Demons use red-hot iron hooks to rip out your tongue, and then you're forced to eat the bloody muscle as punishment for the harm your words caused. A truly gruesome way to highlight the impact of malicious speech. Level 12 presents the Chamber of the Stone Press, for frauds and tricksters who cheated others in business. You're laid down between two enormous stone slabs that slowly, steadily move together, crushing you into a mist. A fitting end for those who crushed others' trust and livelihoods. Level 13 is the Chamber of Pounding, for the wasteful, especially with food or resources, or those cruel to animals. Your body is put into a giant iron mortar and pounded like grain until you fully understand the value of what you disrespected. This really makes you appreciate everything you have. Then, level 14. The Chamber of the Iron Cage. This one's for criminals who avoided justice on Earth. If you committed a terrible crime and escaped legal punishment, you're locked in a cage with bars that constantly heat until they glow red-hot, slowly and painfully burning you alive. Justice, it seems, has a way of catching up. Level 15 is the Chamber of the Bloody Pool. This is for two types of sinners: those who disrespected holy things or life itself, and suicide victims that dropped into a pool of blood, sewage, and rotting liquids until their regret is complete. It's a somber reminder to cherish life and all that is sacred. Level 16 brings us to the Chamber of the Kal Tang, a unique punishment for those who disrespected the written word, tearing up books, mocking scholars, or using sacred texts for bad purposes. Here, your tongue is cut out, not by a demon, but by the razor-sharp tongue of a demonic cow. This level really emphasizes the deep respect for knowledge and literature in ancient cultures. Level 17 is the Chamber of the Iron Mortar, for those who showed a severe lack of charity and were incredibly selfish, especially the wealthy who refused to help the poor or sick. They are first melted down and recast in molten iron, then pounded in an iron mortar, symbolizing the breaking down of their hard, selfish hearts. A powerful message about compassion. Finally, level 18. The Chamber of Falling. This is the deepest and final level, reserved for the worst sinners and unrepentant atheists, those who denied moral goodness and committed terrible acts without remorse. They're cast into a dark, bottomless pit, falling forever, while flying demons constantly tear their bodies apart, only for them to reform and restart the endless cycle. This is the ultimate symbol of unfixable suffering. Ken snapped the book shut, the sound echoing in the quiet room. The smell of aged paper still clung to his fingers, but now he imagined the metallic scent of blood and fire. The descriptions were so vivid, so detailed, they felt less like folklore and more like a meticulous traveler's guide to a terrifying realm. He looked at the warm afternoon sun outside, suddenly feeling a chilling appreciation for its simple, living light. The comfort of his grandmother's house felt like a thin sheet of glass, separating him from an endless, terrifying reality. Just then, Grandma Lynn called out, "Ken, did you fall asleep in there? Your tea is getting cold. And maybe, just maybe, you missed one book while you were tidying." She winked, leaving the true source of the book an unsolved mystery. Ken looked at the ancient volume, then back at the now tidy shelf, and placed the book back in its shadowy corner. That day, a small, dark secret nestled within the comfort of his grandmother's home. The world suddenly felt a little colder to Ken, and he realized he would never look at a messy bookshelf the same way again. What an incredible story, right? It makes you think about ancient beliefs, karma, and the impact of our actions. What do you all think of Ken's discovery? Which level of Diyu was the most unsettling for you? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed this journey into ancient folklore, and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.